Diane, I always knew there'd be a day I'd have to evaluate you, and I knew that it would be a tough one. You're completing, I believe, your manual today, so this is your 10th speech, and I have to say, that you were fantastic from speech number 1, and it's amazing that you still continue to get better, even at speech number 10. I want to thank you for a very inspiring speech, and I thought it was important and very relevant in light of the fact that yesterday was Mother's Day. As far as the objectives that you were supposed to accomplish, I think you hit them all. Objective number 1 was to persuade listeners to adopt your viewpoint or to take some action. Starting with your introduction and your bio, you led us into already what your speech was going to be about and even put a call to action early on. You ended your speech with a call to action, reminding all of us to pay attention to the elderly people in our lives, people that we love, and to be mindful of spending time with them. Did you appeal to the audience interests? Yes. Of course, we can all think of the people in our lives that maybe we don't spend enough time with, the people that we need to remember more often. So I think definitely you spoke about a topic that we could all relate to. You used examples from Chuck's speech. You talked about the fact that Diane reminded you of something. Doing all of these things really draws the audience's attention in and makes us take note of special places within your speech. Did you use logic and emotion? Definitely emotion. You used examples of the loneliness and isolation that the elderly can feel if they don't have someone like you in their lives. You used a sentence that really stuck with me, which was that your voice may be the only voice that they could hear all day. And just picturing that is quite powerful. Did you organize your thoughts? Absolutely. Your opening was done in chronological order, taking us through the different passions that you've had in your life. Your vocal variety, you're always great at varying your rate of speech and your volume. And then your sincerity. You could hear the passion and the love in your voice for your mother and for the other elderly people in your life. And as far as your credibility, I think the fact that you spoke from personal experience definitely showed us that you are a credible source on this topic. So in summary, a few things that I would have liked to see you do better was to stay in front of the lectern. Your topic was very intimate and personal to you, and I felt like you were getting really close to it, and so you almost felt a little boxed in behind the lectern, and it put a little bit of a barrier between the audience and yourself. What you did well, of course, your sincerity and poise in front of the audience, it's always unmatched. But what I really liked best was just the message of your speech and what you persuaded me to do. I know that yesterday was Mother's Day and I called my grandmother and I said Happy Mother's Day, but why don't I call her more often? To be honest, I really only call her a couple of times a year, and so for me, that speech was just a reminder that I need to be mindful of the people in my life that may not be around for much longer. So thank you for that.
Thank you.